Braves Country, Coach Ken Anderson, coming for Hardcore Braves, and I got my man Andrew Davison on here as we get ready for the Padres series preview. How are you doing tonight, Andrew?
Doing well, Ken. It's Monday. I'm glad to be back here on the podcast. Been a little bit busy, but I'm glad to be back here on this Monday.
Yeah, he missed two of them because Aaron come in and then I did my own myself. He's doing soccer stuff, so he's getting to do FIFA, which has been really exciting. If you haven't
Nice.
checked it out, the USA is going to win its pool, so let's see how they do. So it's exciting. So if you get a chance, watch some of it. So the Braves, a little bit of a down spiral, 1-4 road trip, followed by a 2-3 homestand. But with that 2-3 homestand, they did take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, who are legit. They're legit. They're a legit team to win a World Series. So that was good. We head to San Diego, a team that is struggling, Andrew, especially at the point we talked about it in the recap. We hit 194 on the road trip with runners in score position. We hit 138 on the homestand. We only have 3 guys going right now. That's Mauricio Dubon, Ozzy Albies, and Matt Olson. Uh, the other guys combined on the homestand, that's including Drake Baldwin, who went 2 for 24, were 9 for 76. It's bad. It's not good at all. So hopefully West Coast trip, fresh air will get us going. Before we jump into the Padres, what are your thoughts on the homestand we just had?
Um, wasn't really the best homestand, obviously. Rain kind of played a factor into at least 2 games, in my opinion. The first game with Holmes, where he started, and then obviously the last one didn't get played. So you kind of have a head scratcher on that one anyway. But you found a way to win a series against the third best team in baseball. You did what you did best that you've done all years. Keep it close, and then you find your ways to win the game late in the game. That's what postseason teams do. That's what championship teams do, and that's what the Atlanta Braves did against Milwaukee. Wasn't a very good road trip the last time out, but um, maybe this is a time to step away a little bit away from the home and head out to California and maybe have a little bit of more free time and free will and everything like that.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to get a team that's kind of have some of the L's that we can may count on. We're just going to have to get hot. With that said, MLB put out their network, put out their thing, a question about the top teams. To me, there's 5 teams starting to distance themselves from the rest of baseball. That's Braves, Dodgers, Brewers, Yankees, and Phillies. Phillies are getting right. I told Ryan they're going to get right, and he finally today on our phone call, he said, I think they're getting right. I said, yeah, they're getting right. And so they have a 6.5 game lead on them. Cushion is good because their their foot's on the pedal, and so I think it'll push us to. I thought the Brewers series, I thought the Braves went and played really good ball because they felt the pressure of getting swept by a really good team and they didn't want to go down that. So that said, we're 48-28, best record in baseball by percentage points over the Evil Empire. Brewers right behind that. The Padres come in here 39-37, and they're a half game out of the wild card. They're 9 games back of the Dodgers. Dodgers going to win the West, so everybody in the West knows that. But they're only 5-5 in their last 10. We are 3-7 in the last 10. So here's 2 ball clubs lining up, really needing to start winning. Have you seen the Padres? We'll get into the numbers here, but what do you think about the Padres and their chances of the rest of the season and in this series?
On paper, they should be a team in the category with the Braves, Brewers, Dodgers, Phillies, and Yankees. But they have some injuries. They have some head cancers in the locker room. They have a first year manager who is still figuring it out, in my opinion. Um, the one thing going for him is a bullpen, but they should be better than what their record is, but they could beat anybody, in my opinion.
especially at home. They have a great home atmosphere. They have one of the best home atmospheres, so that's going to be fun for our players. I think Drake and Michael getting away from Atlanta, getting that fresh air will feel a little bit more healthy. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's get to the numbers real quick. This is what we got. So here's the offensive numbers. OPS-wide, Braves are 8th in baseball right now. Even after this terrible stretch, they're still number 8, 738. Guess who's dead last in OPS in baseball? San Diego Padres. That's with Tatis and Machado and Merrill, and it's really rough. Bogarts and all them. They're 638 OPS as a team. That's bad.
Bad.
They're bad. Home run wise, Braves are 6th with 101. Padres 21st with 78. Our runners in scoring position, we're 5th, even after 10 terrible days, still 5th, 253. Padres 25th, they're only hitting 220 runners in scoring position. So we'll get into the pitching side, but that's how their offense is the reason why they're not better than they are. You pointed a little bit of the head things, but I also think it's a ballpark that's maybe not built for this team. I mean, they've got a couple guys. One of the things hurt them is Tatis is not hitting home runs all of a sudden. So anything that you can point to, the reason why the Padres are struggling offensively?
Like Atlanta, they've had some injuries, but they still have some good guys around them. But I still think this team should be. I think what's been killing them is they're not hitting home runs. This is usually a home run hitting team. If you're a right-handed player, you should be able to hit home runs in that ballpark. Even at night, even with the California air, a right-handed hitter can still poke one out there pretty good. But like you said, Tatis isn't hitting home runs. Machado's not getting on base like Machado usually does. Bogarts has continued to struggle ever since he got to San Diego, and it continues. What else? Cronenworth's hurt. Merrill hasn't been the guy that we all thought he was. You know, that was a kind of who's better argument for a good year and a half, Michael Harris or Jackson Merrill. I think we've really seen Michael Harris take over Jackson Merrill as the best young center fielder in the game right now.
Yeah, Merrill's been horrible for them, and but he's dangerous. He scares me. So I hate that they're kind of wounded a little bit, but we need to take advantage of that. We'll get into how our pitchers match up. But real quick, here's their pitching side. This is where they're good. ERA-wise, we're 2nd in baseball, 3.40. It's really because of our bullpen. Padres 9th at 3.90. Strikeouts, both of us are in the middle of the pack. We don't strike out a ton. We do, but we don't. Braves 13th at 6.56. Padres 17th at 6.28. Bullpen ERA, 2 best bullpens in baseball. And I said last night on the recap, Braves by a smidge, and I didn't even look at the numbers yet. Braves 3.21, Padres 3.23. That's about as smidge as you can get, Andrew. They almost look like that Spider-Man meme when they point to each other. That's why these two teams look like similar. And I said on the recap, whoever leads the game going into the 7th or 8th inning, the game's over. Is that your thoughts going into this series?
Yeah. I'm just going to get right to it. You get to the 8th, the 9th inning against either of these teams, Suarez or Iglesias or Morahan and Miller, game's over. Good luck. And then also got to give my props to Dylan Lee as well. Can't forget him. But this is Estrada for add that him too. Forgot about him. Yeah. But man, are these bullpens nasty? They can beat anybody, including the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Phillies. They will beat anybody in the 7th inning on if they got the lead. And it's really the backbone and the strength of both teams, if you ask me.
It is. If both these teams get deep in the postseason, it's going to be because of their bullpen. And most of the times, teams win because of their bullpen. And the Dodgers took a different route last year when they put their starters down in the bullpen. But that's the same thing. They win games with the bullpen. Dodgers just happen to have 12 starters. So they're the only team in baseball that can do that. So let's get to the pitching matchup. So if we know that the relief core is even, and the games get late, the starters have to pitch well, and we're going to ask a lot of these guys. We're going to get Grant Holmes on Monday tonight, J.R. Ritchie on Tuesday, and then Martin Perez on Wednesday. I think all of Hardcore Braves, we feel great about Martin Perez. They're going to throw Michael King tonight, and tell you how they're not scoring. He's sitting at 4-6 with a 3.60 ERA. They don't score for him. He usually eats our lunch, and we're not hitting. That's a tough draw for Grant. And then the kid gets Herman Marquez. An interesting note: I have a Herman Marquez bobblehead. I went to a game in Colorado. My daughter did, and went and brought me one back. He's 3-2 with a 5.76, and Randy Vasquez is going to throw Wednesday, 6-5, 4.17. So it looks like Monday favors Padres, Wednesday favors Braves, Tuesday dead even. Is that how you look at this pitch matchups?
It's kind of the way I am looking at it. Michael King is a better pitcher than Grant Holmes. We all can agree on that. But King doesn't get any run support. But Grant Holmes should be fresh. He hardly really didn't throw much last week due to his
43
pitches in his last start, and he only went 2 innings because of the rain. And he fought hard in that game, in my opinion. And I thought he fought really hard. He threw the ball the best he could with what the weather was doing. But yes, tonight favors the Padres, and the rest of the two, I think, favor the Atlanta Braves. We'll see. Hopefully our offense can wake up a little bit.
Yeah, if they hit the ball middle backside, Ron's been talking about on the hip coil, he go the other way. I mean, it's baseball 101. Andrew, you were a good hitter. I was a good hitter. Get in a slump, start hitting the ball the other way, it fixes you. And we got a couple stubborn guys, so hopefully they'll wake up in nice weather in San Diego. I will say this about Grant. Chris Domino brought it up on 680 today. I don't know necessarily he's pitching for his spot in the rotation because I think Hurston's still 2 starts away and Gwinnett. I don't think they want to rush him, especially coming off elbow injury, surgery. So, but I will say this here, that he needs to pitch well. And forget about a spot in the rotation. I think we need Grant to pitch well for Grant to start feeling good about himself. That what he had to go through Tuesday was a debacle after coming off a not so good start, his start before in Chicago. He's only pitched basically a game worth because he got knocked out so early in Chicago in 2 weeks. So he'll be fresh. Hopefully his off speed will be breaking. We're going to go into their hitters here in a little bit, but I think it's a big start for Grant. And I think J.R. Ritchie's a big start for him too. I think he'll throw the ball well. He likes to throw the fastball up, and that's where you throw on the Padres to get them out. And he has an advantage with that. So, it's a big start tonight for Grant Holmes, Andrew.
It really is, and I'm really pulling for him. I like Grant Holmes, always have, especially with his story. But he's got to pitch well tonight. We need him to go 5 innings, maybe get into that 6th inning. He needs to control the walks, and that starts with strike 1 every batter in the 1st inning. You've got to be controlling the fastball. This team will chase Tatis, Machado, and Bogarts. 3 of their 4 big ones will chase, all from the right side. So use that slider down and away. It'll be really good. He has it nice and tight. He should have some success with some strikeouts or some rollovers to the left side. If he's not controlling it, he's leaving it up, or that fastball, he's missing it a little bit over. He's not getting it up enough. We could be seeing some line drives hit tonight by the Padres hitters, but I do like Grant to come out and try and have a good game tonight and keep that pitch count low.
Well, the interesting thing with Grant is the 2 guys who will probably give him the most fits tonight. I'm just pulling it up here. He's done well with Gavin Sheets, somebody that scares me, but Gavin Sheets, he's pitched well against, and I think it's because he can get underneath his hitting zone. He's got to be careful because we're going to throw it. He's got a heat map that if you throw it about right this above the knee, he'll crush it. But if you throw just a little bit at the knee or below, he can't hit it. And then the other one, of course, is Jackson Merrill. Both of them are struggling. He needs to take advantage of that. And not to your point, he does not need to throw a lot of strikes tonight, but he can't miss these wild pitches that nobody's going to swing at. Nibble around. I've always told Grant like to nibble, and tonight's the night he can nibble and get away with it. And the fact of the matter is that I wish I could tell you they're blowing up my phone because they're trying to make a trade. They're not, guys. But that's one of the San Diego Padres guys. I'm friends with him out west, and we always talk during these games. I apologize. But he can get guys out by throwing the ball out of the zone. The fact of the matter, the Braves have got to go in. I think both teams do play a little small ball. They're going to have to maybe lay a bunt down. They're going to have to move runners over. They're going to have to try to run because if you get to 3 runs in this game, way these two offenses are going right now, just like the Brewers series, you got to feel good about winning. I mean, basically, the Sunday game was weird, but if you got to 4 runs, you win the games. It could be the same way tonight in this game with Holmes and King. What about you?
You kind of just brought up my next point. What I was going to say, talk a little bit about small ball. Lineup just came out. Dubon, Harris, Mateo, all separated in the lineup.
Yeah.
Those are 3 guys who are capable of laying a bunt down. Even Ozzie can lay a bunt down. He won't, most likely, but he can. And I think this is an opportunity for the Braves to play a little small ball, get on the base pass, maybe try and steal a base or 2. You got speed at all 3 tiers of the lineup tonight to where you're able to steal a base, get a bunt down. Maybe for someone like Austin Riley hit a ground ball to second base, get a guy over, something like that. Play a little small ball so the next guy up can bring him in or get him over anyway. And that even goes the same for the Padres, really, if we're being honest. But I think our lineup has got to be able to hit the fastball early and go the other way, like kind of what Ryan has put out in his segments, and to let the ball get deep. King's got a lot of late movement on his fastball. It's where you got to just go to right center, go to left center, poke the ball over shortstop and second base's head. And you're going to really have a lot of the line moving each and every inning and every at bat.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as the next 2 starters get in there, I think, like I said, JR needs to throw his fastball and with conviction at the top of the zone. Don't be wild with it. Don't do all that spray chart thing he does. It's like he's a batter hitting the ball around the ballpark. Pound the zone at the top. Learn from what Kyle Harrison did against us Saturday. That's what Kyle Harrison did. He threw his fastball right at the top of the zone. We couldn't hit it. Ozzie got on top of one. But a solo home run will not hurt. And I'm hoping he took that out of his last start. JR threw 5 innings. 4 were great. He got 5 runs in 1 inning where he gave up 3 home runs. But I think he learned throw strikes. He pounded the zone a lot better. If JR throws strikes, I think he can get through this game and have a good start. How about you?
I completely agree with JR. He's still learning out there at this level. He's a young kid. The best thing for a young kid to learn and get better is pounding the zone with the fastball number 1 and then using that off speed to power off the fastball to get guys chasing. I think that'll be really key for JR into the start and to kind of outside of that second or third inning last time out, build off of what his other really good innings were and to use that confidence into tomorrow night's start.
Yeah, I think he does that. And then Martin Perez, this is a great matchup for Martin. They want to swing out of the zone. He loves to throw it out of the zone. I would just stick to what he's got, and I would definitely throw that off speed and hammer that fastball on the outside corner because right now Sheets and Merle, if they're in the lineup, I think they're going to be in the lineup. They don't have a lot of places to go. They're trying to yank everything, and I think they'll roll over top of it and bury that slider inside on Tatis will help. And a Manny, Martin doesn't throw gas, but he throws hard enough. He can throw the ball up here too. I like Martin's matchup Wednesday.
I really do as well. Like you're just talking about Manny, for example. Same thing goes with Gavin Sheets. You get the ball up just under his hands. They're both of them are going to struggle. But Martin's got to use that slider and that cutter to his advantage, especially on Tatis. He'll be able to jam Bogarts really well, in my opinion. But it's all about getting ahead with these guys. You get ahead, these guys are very vulnerable to swing. They will swing. And I really do like Martine's matchup on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think the one guy on Wednesday he has to worry about is Ty France. And just don't let Ty beat you because Ty can take him into the metal factory if he's decided to work him away. And let him, if he wants to hit a base hit to right field, let him hit a base hit to right field. And but our hitters, if they'll hit the ball against those two starters Tuesday and Wednesday, we should win those games. With that said, I'm not trying to lead you one way or the other. How do you think we're going to do in this series?
Um, I think we're going to take 2 out of 3. This is a get back series to build off of a little bit of momentum from the Milwaukee series. You just beat a really good team. Let's go beat another good team. Your bullpen should be fresh. Um, should be fresh. Even with the win on Saturday, Rysel and I can't remember if Robert even threw, but then they were off on Sunday. But they're fresh. They're ready to go. Fresh air out there in California, and be ready to go. I think we're taking 2 or 3.
I also think we're taking 2 or 3. Ryan thinks we're taking 2 or 3. I think it really lines up to win. I'd like to steal this game tonight, just to get a little greedy. But this is the one tonight that worries me the most. And it's not really Grant. Like I said, I think Grant's going to go out and pitch his butt off. But it's King owns us a lot. But I looked at some of the numbers against King, and we have some good numbers. Problem is, a couple of guys have great numbers against him are struggling right now. One being Austin Riley. So maybe King's the guy to come get Austin hitting the ball to right field, and we'll be right. So with that said, let's go through our pitchers, and then we'll get your pick to clip as far as the hitter. So the pitchers wise, who's got the big start of the 3 in this series?
I think I'm going to keep it simple and go Martine.
Yeah. Yeah, Martine is. I think I'm going to take the kid. I think that, like I said, I think they may win tonight. We're going to win Wednesday. The series comes down to Tuesday, and I need J.R. Ritchie to go out and give me his best stuff. I want him to max effort Wednesday. We got a day off Thursday, so he's going to get extra built-in day before his next start. And I used to tell my pitchers, when you get that extra built-in day, that's the time to max effort in a game. So I'd max effort him and if he gives us 5, so be it. If we do happen to get beat tonight, we'll probably end up using relievers, 5 through 8, 6 through 8, something like that. So the big 4 will be available on Tuesday night to go get the win. And you got a veteran pitcher that should get you into the 7th inning on Wednesday. So I'm going to go J.R. Ritchie. Well, both these bullpens are good, so you could pick any of them. Who's the guy in the bullpen that you think could actually have a special series?
Welcome back to San Diego, Robert Suarez. It's homecoming for him. He's been one of their better players for the last few years while they've been good. And I think he's going to be very motivated. I think he'll get a nice, warm reception there, but I think he'll be fired up and ready to go. And I'm going Suarez out of the bullpen.
I was going to take Suarez, but I figured you were going to take him because that seems the obvious choice. I'm going to go Dylan Dodd. I think Dylan may have a chance in this series. Dylan Lee threw Saturday and Sunday. He was the only guy, or Friday and Saturday. So he's the only guy that pitched twice in the series. So they need Dylan to go out there, and this is his chance. He struggles against lefties and reverse splits. Well, here you go against 3 left-handed batters who are struggling right now. Dylan, go get right against left-handers. Throw that cutter, and get them out. So I'm going to go Dylan Dodd. All right, pick to click on the offensive side, on the hip coil. Ryan, he says I stole his, but he stole mine last time. So I'd take Michael Harris. So he went Drake Baldwin. Stepping out on the limb, Drake. I hope both of them, we need both of them to get going. But who is your pick to click on the offensive side?
It's one of the 2 guys, but I'm going to go with the guy I'm more confident in right now. I'm going to go Ozzie Albies.
Ozzy's a good one. Ozzy's been red hot. So, all right. So there we go. We get on out of here. We'll get your final thoughts. What do you got tonight, Andrew?
Final thoughts is I didn't pick him for my pick to click, but I think this is a good matchup in a good ballpark. He's hit well here for Austin Riley to maybe get a ball out of the ballpark. He's hit, like I said, he's hit the ball well in San Diego before, and he's hit one off King before as well. This is a good chance for him to maybe get a fastball that's running back over the middle of the plate and get one out of here. Last final thought is you got to if you can get 2 runs early in the first 1 or 2 innings, I think that'll go really, really a long way, especially in this first game. And if we do that tonight, I like our chances to especially win 2 out of 3 and have a nice series in California.
Yeah, I think both teams need to score early. So, yeah, I think the Braves need to score. And my final thought is this, guys. We announced it on the recap. We're going to tell you about it here on the preview. We are excited on Hardcore Braves. By the way, first of all, real quick, yeah, it's in our contract that one of us has to take Austin Riley to pick to click before he gets hot. So one of us is going to eventually be right. Not to mess with you, Andrew, but we're going to start our trade deadline stuff. So our first show is Thursday. We're excited to do it. Aaron more than any of us because Aaron loves trade deadline, and she's pumped. Andrew's right behind it. So me and Ryan have to always kind of taper both of them down. They'll be wired and ready to go. I guess we're going to talk Tariq Skubal because the National Writers are just pounding us with Tariq Skubal. We'll give you our thoughts on him. He's not getting traded to us by Thursday, so we'll give you our thoughts on him, as well as the rest of the list that's going to be hammered down our throats and what we think the Braves may do and what's happening right now. We'll give you some little insight on that or where they are in any of this. So that starts Thursday. That'll come out Thursday night or early Friday morning, one of the two. We got 4 podcasts coming out between the recap, the Braves hip coil, the series preview, and the trade. We love you, and we're trying to give you as much content, and we're amazed. And we do want to do a shout-out, Andrew, to Alicia. She shouted us out today on X. We appreciate you, and we know she listens to every one of them. It's our core fans that keep us going. We get tired. We all have regular jobs and things going on, but you give us the energy to get back on here, so we appreciate you. Let's go win a series in San Diego. That'd be nice. We love you, Braves country, and we're out. Peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.